This a different level. You heard? Yeah, I'm black and I'm Puerto Rican. Since you wanna give me throw a night, bitch, eat.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Nate. It's boricua.y.morena too, and I'm back with another video. What is good? Okay. Anyways, so for today's video, we're gonna be doing story time. My principal harassed me by Madison Pajaro. Okay, so when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Let me lock out this quick little video for y'all, because today I'm recording 2 videos for you, but I'm gonna be posting it for next week. I wanted to do 2 videos today, but you know what? I'm thinking I'll do 2 videos today. I can get something out to you, or I could make sure I have one good for another one. And for next week, I can go ahead and post 2 videos since I'm gonna be ahead. So therefore, I can go ahead and do that. Okay, made no promises. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. I at least want to get this video out and another video out for y'all. So yeah, like I said in the last video, I'm looking to post on Thursdays. So I just want to be on top of that. If I can be 1 ahead, then yeah. If there's ever a point where I'm like 2 ahead, then I'll go ahead and release a video. I'm gonna go ahead and release a video like a double day, or maybe for holidays I'll go ahead and do 2 videos. So yeah, so let's get into this video by Madison Pajaro. I don't know what to think.
Hey, well, Angels, it's Madison Pajaro, and today I'm going to be telling you guys another story time. So this story time is like a little creepier and like crazier, and it was just, I don't know, it was weird. So I figured, like, let me tell you guys this one. If you do end up liking this video, please give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you want to, and turn on your post notifications. So yeah, let's get right into this story time. Okay guys, so the way that the story time starts off is I was in 7th grade. So I went to one school my 6th and 7th grade year, and then I switched to another school my 8th grade. So this was like the old school that I was at. My mom was a teacher at the school, and she taught 6th grade. So I actually had her as a teacher in 6th grade, and I moved up to 7th grade, obviously didn't have her, so there's that. That was just like a little background so you guys know like kind of the setting, like what's going on. So pretty much the school that I went to was kind of struggling at this point. They were like a smaller school. Every other school is bigger than them, and I know that there was like, they were having a lot of problems, you know, in the school, like with hiring people, like just, I don't know what type of problems schools deal with, but whatever those problems were, that's what they were dealing with. So pretty much they kept switching principals. I remember my 6th grade year I had a different principal than my 7th. Whenever I left, they got a whole nother principal again. They kept switching principals. So when I was in 7th grade, I had this principal named Mr. K. We'll call him, I believe his name started with a K, but it sounded like an N though, you know? So Mr. K, or let's call him Dr. K, because when I used to call him Mr. whatever his last name was, he would get mad and be like, no, it's Dr. blah blah blah. So this guy I thought was so cool at first. Like, I remember my mom going in before the school year started, like it was still summer, and I went with her. I forgot what she was doing, but she was doing something. And I ended up meeting him for the first time in school when it was like not in though, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I met him, he called me pretty eyes. Like, I remember he said that he thought that my eyes were pretty, I guess, or I think I was wearing like very sparkly makeup that day. I remember that, so I think it was just because of that. So he was like, I'm gonna call you pretty eyes and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, he's a nice principal. Liddy won't have to deal with dumb shit this year. I was wrong about that, so. So pretty much like the school year starts and everything. Fast forward through all that because nothing really happened there. I just remember throughout that time though, Dr. K was like very, very weird. Like, he would enter in classrooms quietly and we would all sit quietly because, you know, like this weird looking guy just walking in here, and he would just like walk around the whole classroom, not say a thing, and just walk out. And it was really slow. He would walk so slow. I was like, this guy's a weirdo, what the heck? But anyways, back to the real part of the story that we're gonna focus on. So 7th grade, in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, we were the first school to get MacBooks. Like, we all got MacBooks. I don't know why they chose the smallest school that was having all the problems. Maybe like test it out, see if we worked well with them or something. But we all got MacBooks in 7th grade, and I remember there was nothing blocked on it at all. You could get on Facebook, you could iMessage people, you could FaceTime people, all in school. That all stopped around the 8th grade. During this little period of time, I had a crush on a guy, let's just call him Jay. I had a crush on a guy named Jay. His name wasn't really Jay, but you know what I'm saying. And we would iMessage throughout the day. Sometimes we would Facebook message, but that was more when they were like testing out the blocking system, so sometimes we couldn't iMessage. But for the most part, we iMessaged. I would also iMessage my friends in class, say to like maybe like cheat or something. I would iMessage my friends that were actually in my classroom. So pretty much I think that the teachers kind of caught on to that, and they always caught me iMessaging people, so I think they were like reporting that back as a problem, like these kids can iMessage and they're doing it all the time. So as I was talking to that guy Jay more and more, I realized like he's not really my type of guy. Like I don't really like him, I just liked his looks for a little bit, and so I was realizing that, so I was just kind of like being friendly to him at that point. For the day that this story time leads up to, I remember I was in class, it was the very end of the last period of class, and my teacher got a call, and she said that the office wanted me to come down when school was let out. So when the bell rung for us to leave, they wanted me to go to the office, which I thought was kind of weird, but okay, you know. So I end up going into the office, right? And they tell me it's Dr. K sitting down, and then the vice principal, I forgot what her name was, but it was both of them, sitting at the table, and they were like, get your MacBook out. And I was like, okay, so I got my MacBook out. I thought I was in trouble for iMessaging. I was like, oh wow, great, like that's not a big deal, you know? So pretty much, Dr. K was like, do you know why you're here? And I just said, I don't know, because in my head it could have been something else other than iMessaging, and then I get in trouble for two things, you know? So I was just like, no, I don't know, like why am I here? And I was completely normal, like I wasn't like upset that I was in the office or anything. Like I was like, okay, this must be like I need to get something or something like that, some information maybe, I don't know. So pretty much Dr. K, I almost said his name, Dr. K was like, you're here because we got a call from Jay's aunt, I think that he lived with his aunt, Jay's aunt, saying that he had a nude photo of you. And I was like I was shook, because I was in 7th grade. Like I was very, very, very innocent in 7th grade. Like I knew kind of what things were in 7th grade, but I didn't, like they grossed me out. I was very immature, so like, you know what I'm saying, like you were in that stage where you're like, ew, like boys, like I would not touch a boy. You know, I would not even think of sending a boy stuff like that. So I was like shook. I was like, what do you mean a nude photo for me? Because I knew in my heart, I knew in my mind and everything, that I had never taken a nude photo, and I would especially never send it to a boy. So I was like, what are you saying? Like I'm not understanding. Like I was very confused. And he goes, we got a call from Jay's aunt saying that you, Madison, sent a nude picture to him, and she reported it to the school, so we'd like to see your messages. And I was like, okay, like that's great, I guess, like here you go, because I knew they weren't gonna find anything. But I was crying at this point because I was upset that someone even thought I would send something like that to a boy, and I felt so like, that's not me, like you guys have to believe me. I remember repeating that, like you have to believe me, like this is not, like you have me mixed up with some other girl or something. So pretty much, obviously, this is important. They never really saw the picture. Like, why would they see the picture? You get, like, the aunt wouldn't just send the picture to grown people. Like, that's very weird, I guess. So they never saw the picture. They're just hearing from the aunt that there's a nude photo on her nephew, yeah, on her nephew's phone, and he said it's from Madison. So I'm sitting here like, what's going on? Like, so pretty much the vice principal leaves. I don't know what she left for, but she leaves, and it's just me and Dr. K, and he's like, I want you to write down your password to your computer on a piece of paper, and you're gonna give that to me, and I'm going to take your MacBook home and look through everything. And in my head, I was young, so I was like, okay, whatever, like I guess he has to do this, blah blah. I just wrote down my shit, gave it to him, walked away. But now that I'm a lot older, I know that if there's a problem going on to where he thinks that I sent a nude photo, why does he want to go through my messages so bad? Why does he want to read all my conversations? Why does he want to get to that nude photo? I just find that very weird nowadays, like now that I'm older. So my mom gets called down to the principal. I think the vice principal spoke with her about what happened, and she's like really mad at me. I'm crying because I know in my heart that I didn't do this. Like I'm getting framed or some shit, like I'm getting lied about, you know? So pretty much they give me 2 days of ISS. I did not do that. I just stayed out of school because I was so embarrassed, and I felt like, oh my gosh, like even the fact that just 2 people in the whole school think that I sent a picture like that embarrasses me. And so I was like, I am upset and mad right now, so I'm going to stay at home and y'all are not going to do anything about that. So my mom called in and said, is it okay if she does that? She really doesn't want to go to school. They just said, okay, whatever. I'm pretty sure that they didn't think it was a very big deal, obviously, because they just let me stay home and come back after the 2 days. So guys, pretty much, I remember the 2 days ended up being a Friday and a Monday. So I had like a 4-day weekend. And whenever I came back, I remember like I came back in school and everyone was like kind of looking at me weird and like kind of mumbling under their breath. So I'm like feeling very like, what the heck is going on type shit, you know? And then I had this girl, I'm sure that she wouldn't mind if I said her name. Her name was Rakia, and she was really nice. She was a really sweet girl. And she came up to me and goes, Madison, like, I would not expect you to be the type to send nude pictures. And I looked at her like, what are you talking about? And she was like, I heard from this person that heard from this teacher that heard from the principal. I was like, oh my gosh, like teachers are spreading rumors about me right now. Like I'm freaking shook. What the heck? I was so embarrassed at this point because now I knew why everyone was looking at me weird, because you're in freaking 7th grade. How old are you? You're like freaking 13. Why would a 13-year-old girl be sending nudes? Like, oh my god. It just stresses me out to this day because I can't believe that I got that traumatized at that age. So pretty much this is what happened. I was very embarrassed because I knew that I had pictures with my best friend Haley of us just like playing with water balloons. And I remember we were writing with chalk one day, so we just put the chalk on our face. I don't know why we did that. Don't ask us, but I just had very embarrassing pictures on my MacBook. And I was like, if Mr. K is going to freaking talk about me to everybody and spread these false rumors that I understand he might not think are false yet, like he has no proof that they're false or true, but still he shouldn't be spreading them at all. I'm a freaking 13-year-old girl. You don't talk about a 13-year-old girl to other teachers, and those other teachers should have told him it was wrong, not go spread it again or spread it more or whatever. So pretty much I'm very, very, very mad at this point. I'm really embarrassed. I feel like bad about myself because I'm like, all these people think I'm this type of girl when I know I'm not. So pretty much like I see people like on their phones every now and again, but it's middle school, so I'm thinking like, okay, they're just on their phones or whatever, right? But then I start to notice that less and less people start to talk behind my back, you know, like they stop mumbling, they stop looking at me weird or whatever. Obviously Jay got suspended or whatever for even having that on his computer, having a nude photo on his computer, right? So when he gets back, I iMessage him again. I don't care if I'm breaking the damn rules, I'm iMessaging him again. And I ask him like, what the hell is going on? And he doesn't reply. My messages aren't delivering. And so back then I didn't know that that meant you were blocked because I didn't have an iPhone. So I was just thinking, okay, well his computer might not be on. I don't know. Maybe the Wi-Fi is acting weird. I don't know. So I end up messaging one of his friends. I forget the guy's name. I don't even remember what letter it starts with, but I forget the guy's name. I messaged one of his friends. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And he goes, you don't have to worry, the picture got out. And I was like, what picture are you guys talking about? Like, I was so confused. So in between lunch, like switching grades for lunch, I knew that I passed by Jay's grade and his friend was in the class. So I tell him like, whenever we switch lunch, can you show me the picture? Because I need to see this thing because it's not me. I made that very clear. So we go to lunch or whatever, right? I'm ready to switch classes. Like I'm ready to go back to class and then the 8th graders come in and switch. So anyways, we're switching and I run up to his friend. I'm like, show me that damn picture. And he shows it to me. And this picture is of a totally different girl. Like she's not even the same skin tone as me, like a different race and everything. Like you could just tell it was not me. And I was like, what? Like, I was so confused at this moment. I'm pretty sure you guys still are too, but I'm gonna explain. Pretty much this is what had truly happened, because I kept messaging his friend, you know, and I was like, tell me what he's been saying and we need to put the dots together because I'm so confused right now. What pretty much happened was Jay had a whole nother girl that he liked. He was over here entertaining me. I was the side hoe, oh my god. But he was over here talking to me, but he really like had feelings for another girl. And so that girl had sent him a nude and his aunt caught him with the nude. Like, I don't know how that went down, but she had caught him with that nude picture, and he said, this was his excuse, it's a girl named Madison at my school. He said that because the aunt was threatening him to call the school and like report that girl, you know, say like, this girl sent my nephew nudes, like she needs to be suspended or whatever, and get her MacBook taken away or something. And so pretty much all he said was, it's a girl named Madison from my school, so that the other girl who he really liked wouldn't get in trouble.
That ass threw her under
oh
the
my
bus.
gosh, you're freaking crazy. So the picture obviously went around. I still to this day do not know who that was. That girl, like I don't know.
All right, well I'm done with the video. So this video was kind of boring because it was just like, when I meant harass, I thought it was gonna be some like, you know, some deep, you know, some lit stuff, but it's kind of like normal, like teenage, middle school. It was just, So for that, I don't know. Yeah, it just wasn't that good. I don't know. Well, I still got a video for next week because I recorded a video back to back, so that's a plus. Y'all gonna but I'm gonna think for the following week, I'm thinking about another story time. I'm gonna look for good ones, whichever sounds good, and I'm gonna do one that's like, yo, it's gonna be out there. I'm gonna just say that it's gonna be out there. So with that being said, yoitzyogirlne is boricua.y.morena too, and I'll see you in my next video.
Who you a vote for this?
Oh Lord, Jesse made another one.
Packing the mail, it's gone. She like I smell cologne. Yeah, I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah.